The nation's #1 ranked prospect has finally made his college decision. On Monday, Jadeveon Clowney announced that he will be attending the University of South Carolina. Rivals.com recruiting analyst Mike Farrell has the story.
Yeah, this wasn't really unexpected. I mean, I think we all expected Jadeveon Clowney to end up at South Carolina. The way the timeline for this worked is he was always a South Carolina lean in the beginning, has two former friends and teammates, current friends and former teammates on the South Carolina roster. You know, proximity to home was always a factor here. But there was one point in time after a visit to Alabama where the Tide sort of took the lead for him. But that was quickly changed after a visit to South Carolina and Columbia with his mom. And from that point on, I think it was just everybody had to come out and beat the Gamecocks. He took some official visits, didn't take all 5. Clemson made a strong push in the end, and the way they closed, a lot of people thought that they could get him, but this just wasn't going to happen. So what he does for South Carolina, again, it's a very minor move in our team rankings from 20 to 18, but this solidifies this class. Just like last year with South Carolina getting Marcus Lattimore, they needed to get the top player in the state who was leaning to them the whole time and hold off everybody else for him. Same thing this year. Steve Spurrier needed to get Clowney in the fold. Everybody was coming after him. He had offers from every program in the country, throwing out different things like you can play this, you can play that, you can play from day one, you can be a linebacker if you want, you can do whatever you want. They held him off, and I think this is another key piece to South Carolina's push to get into a BCS bowl game. They won the SEC East last year. The SEC East is down. You know, we've got coaching changes, and we've got teams that are normally competing for the title in that division, not as strong as they used to be. South Carolina is the defending champion in that division, and now they've got a defensive piece of the puzzle who can come off the edge like nobody I've ever seen before. He's 6'6", 255 pounds, so fast off the football. It looks like he knows the snap count already, and just great pursuit, backside pursuit. He will run plays down when they run to the opposite side. He will run plays down when they run past him. He'll run 30 yards downfield if he has to make a tackle. But the big thing that he can do, not only play the run, but he is a tremendous pass rusher. If you try to double team him, he can dominate you. If you try to single block him, it's not going to happen. We saw that at the Prime Bowl of the Carolinas, where he went against a 4-star offensive lineman in Gerard James, who's going to North Carolina, dominated him, drew multiple holding calls in that game. Saw it at the Under Armour game as well, where he just destroyed Bobby Hart. So this guy, from day one, is ready to step in and play. I think from day one he could start as well. And he's going to benefit greatly from college, where he's not going to be the sole focus of the entire offense like he is in high school. And they're not going to have to account for him on every play until he proves himself. And I think that's just going to make him a better football player. Keeps his head on straight. He's a 3-and-out guy and a top 3 NFL draft pick. So a great get for the Gamecocks. Great year in South Carolina. Clemson, the way they closed, top 10 finish. In South Carolina, getting the last piece to the 2011 puzzle on Valentine's Day. Just a real interesting year in the state of South Carolina.